I am Mark Newman. I live in Hillsborough, Tennessee. I am a piano tuner and have been since 1984. I went to the Tennessee School for the Blind through my school years, and then went to Talladega, Alabama to learn to tune pianos. I got a little bit of training in high school, enough to know that was what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I took a little over 2-year course at Talladega to learn to tune pianos, and came home and started tuning pianos. Took about 5 years to really build a business. The tuning business itself, of course, is mine, but I've always had to have a driver. Bill Williams, who is my driver now, has been working for me for almost 15 years. He does my repair work. We also have people who call wanting their pianos moved, and I have the equipment to do that with. We have people who want them refinished, people who want them tuned. And that's the tuning is where most of the work is done and most of the time is spent. My blindness actually, I think, helped to get me work, because piano tuning is one of the fields that blind people have excelled in for probably hundreds of years. I was born blind, but was believed to be the optic nerve of that part of the brain. My blindness was not diagnosed until I was 7 months old. The doctors obviously knew there was a problem, but most of them felt like that I was mentally retarded. Many times, people think that because you're blind, I reckon they think you're deaf because they'll come up and yell in your ear. Not the case. I can remember a shoe salesman doing that to me one time. And I think my response to her was, "I'm not deaf yet. But if you keep that up, I will be." Dating. Totally different than what is normally expected. I'm not going to be going to pick her up. If we go by ourselves, she's going to be the one that does the driving. She's going to be the one that needs to come and get me. And she needs to understand that. If you don't make it clear that this is the way it's going to be from the beginning, many times it doesn't work. I met some ladies that I was interested in, but for one reason or the other, it did not work out. I just never did meet the right person. And so, yes, I have remained single all these years. My dad took me with him out on the farm. I rode the tractor with him. I helped him repair things. I mean, he had the patience to show me the things that I could help him do things. He would be working on a tractor, and for whatever reason, maybe he'd take the governors off of it and work on it. Well, that messed up how fast the engine run. All that had to be calibrated. When I got older, maybe early teens or younger, he got to where he would start that engine up and calibrate it and ask me to tell him where to stop. I'd stop, he'd check with his little checker, and I'd be right on. We didn't know what was happening at that time, but I was learning to tell pitches. And so that is ultimately, I think, where that training the ear for the piano tuning came into being. Now, he taught me how to use screwdrivers, how to use wrenches, but he knew, and I think he would tell you this today, of course he's gone now, that it was important that I knew how to do things and could develop some self-confidence that I could do it. And that was where my father had the patience to help me develop that. Mother did not have that kind of patience. I mean, each person is different, and I'm not saying anything bad about her. That just wasn't in her DNA. Sure, there were things that she helped do, but my dad was the one that helped make me really who I am today.